It's the Chin Checkerz podcast, all about the fight game. With Mr. Get That Work and Hawk Von Dame. Grab your device of choice and tune in. You'll never know what topics gonna get it on the chin. Boxing, MMA, UFC as well. They discuss who got the win, who took the L, who won the belt, who pound for pound, who fell, who ready for war, who got next. Ring the bell.
Yeah.
Oh,
What up, Playboy?
I'm good, man. What's up with you, baby?
Little technical difficulties. Why is your mic always fucked up?
Yo, man, I don't know, okay? I just do what I do. I turn it on, it says it's good, and that's what I go with.
Yo, man. So anyway, man, last week we discussed the Buranga joint.
Yeah.
But I was hearing mad heat from mad different people, mixed reviews. We have to start adding some people, and I want to hear the fans' reaction.
Yeah, let's do it. I need to hear it because, I mean, it was pretty clear to me, but it's always good to hear, you know what I'm saying? What the fans feel about it.
Man. I just feel like I like them. We already went on it, so now I want to hear everyone else's opinion on it. But
yeah.
So I'm gonna bring on my man. Yo, what up,
Yo?
Playboy?
What's up,
What's
brother?
good? Yo, how you?
Chilling, man. Yo, introduce yourself. Work. This is my brother T. Yo, let him know your name, where you from, everything.
Yo, what up, man? Y'all already know my name is Thomas, man. Got a little boxing thing going on uptown. You know what I'm saying? I did my thing in the amateurs at cruiserweight. You know, that's 201. You know, it's tough. You know what I'm saying? You got people 200 pounds hitting you, but, you know, we did our thing. We did well out there. You know what I'm saying? Got a chance to do well in a couple of tournaments. You know what I mean? Did well in the gloves. Ended up being an alternate for the Nationals. Had a gym uptown. You know, we had boxing classes there I was running. Strength and conditioning classes. I had to close it, but we're going to get another one back up and running soon, man. So I want y'all to wait on that. You heard?
Yeah, but you like a Superman trainer, because I've been injured mad times. Yo, you were doing deadlifts, still fucked up from surgery, bro. In
Nah, look, man. So let me give them a little insight. So, like, I was getting back into sparring shape, you know, because of the pandemic and shit. And what happened was, I was in the middle of sparring, like third round of sparring. I'm like, yo, let's pick it up. I wanted to see where I was at. I was feeling good. I was in good shape. You know what I'm saying? And we halfway through the round, threw a hook, and all of a sudden, my bicep ripped. It was crazy. It shot up into my shoulder.
Ooh.
Yo, it sounded like somebody ripped a phone book. The shit was nuts, bro. I knew right away what happened. Shit nuts, bro. So, you know, I had to get surgery, whatever. Like, the way I looked at it is, I can either sit down and be a bitch about it, or I can just get back up and keep it moving. So, you know, the next day after surgery, I was right back in the gym. You know what I'm saying? Like, fortunately, the gym I go to, they got a lot of tools, you know what I'm saying, for me to get my shit off. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, for those who really nerd out in strength and conditioning, they got like a super safety squat bar. I don't got to use no hands for it. They got a belt squat. You know what I'm saying? And then I ended up buying this deadlift strap I saw online. Cause a lot of powerlifters tear their bicep. So I was able to deadlift without using my arms. Shit was crazy. I mean, D, I know you saw it, so you know how crazy it was looking, but
nah, you a beast, man.
I wasn't gonna miss no days, man. Then I went back in the gym and started boxing with one arm. I never want to get caught lacking, feel me? That's why I try to stay on my shit.
Yeah, I wish I would have had your dedication, you know, my first surgery. I'm so many surgeries in, I lost count. You know, shout out to Danny on the check-in, Capt Chaos. Yo, T, what did you think about the Buranga fight?
So funny shit. My man Berlanga actually tore his bicep 2 weeks after I tore my shit. So like, the funny shit is, I was actually looking at him like, all right, I'm gonna use him as my timeline. Like, let me see where he at versus where I'm at, because like he's young. You know, I'm 35, bro. Like, my man Berlanga like 23, 24. So I'm like, let me see where you at versus where I'm at. He's younger. He's getting the best, you know, medical attention, whatever. So if I can keep up with him on the rehab, I'm doing a good job. And I did. You know, you see me online. You see me back in the gym hitting the bag, getting busy, all that. But in regards to the fight, though, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna hold you. Like, it didn't look good, man. I ain't gonna lie, it didn't look good. but not because I'm hating on him, because I like him. You know what I'm saying? Like I like him. I think he's gonna do well. He got a lot of power. Look, it's not a mistake. I don't care who you facing, right? Because you got a lot of people that they want to be up in boxing, that they bringing in superstars, and they wasn't doing what he was doing. First, like 13, 14 fights, knock people out in the first round. I don't care. I don't care to putting you up against bums. They put a lot of other motherfuckers up against people that weren't up to they weren't the best caliber of competition, and they wasn't stopping them in the first round,
right?
14, 15 fights straight. So like, you got to show that man respect. However, like I felt like watching that fight, it was clear that he's still heavy on his feet. You know what I'm saying? That's why he was able to, that's why Steve Rose was able to kind of avoid some of the power punches, the way he was running around the ring. And I think he got to get lighter on his feet. I noticed he was still relying on the right hand. And at first I'm like, yo, you didn't learn any new tricks. And that was my first reaction, because he's still relying on the right hand to set it up. But then at the same time too, to be fair to him, he might still have his left arm in mind. You know what I'm saying? Like he might be scared to throw his left hand and reach at that bicep.
That's what I was about to ask you, because you had the same injury. I know with me, everything's mental. How does it feel when you throw your punch now?
I feel good. You know what I'm saying? I feel good, but here's the thing though, right? Hitting the bag, hitting the mitts, that's a controlled training area. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different, right? Even when you're sparring, you're doing your thing, but he know who he's going up against sparring. They know what the deal is. They're taking it different. That's his camp. They're going to protect him, right? But the thing is, what people forget about when it comes to injuries in all sports, most people get injured in sports, not because they're not training hard, but because usually you're giving like extra effort. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you training at 100% outside, when you in the ring or you in the game, that stimulus factor is crazy. So now you're trying to move at 120%. So in his mind, he might be a little nervous, thinking like, yo, I don't want to throw this hard again and re-tear my bicep. Like he might be thinking like, I don't want to flinch too fast, throw another hook, tear my joint again. He might have worried about that. He might have been worried about that. I want to speak for him. He might have been. But at the same time too, like you can see the ring rush. You know what I mean? You could definitely see it. And also to be fair, like look, you taught in October. Right. September, October. It's March. You're fighting. There's no way it's not in your mind. I don't care who you are. It's there. It's still early. 6 months out. And maybe he did it to show people he still got it, but like it was still early.
Yeah, definitely.
For me, they talked about how he has good boxing IQ, and not to criticize him and say that he doesn't. It's just in that fight, he really didn't show it. Like you said, it looked like he was relying on that right hand a lot. And I didn't see like some of the basic things like cutting off the ring. I didn't really see him do that. He didn't throw enough jabs to me and work his way to get inside. So when they said that his boxing IQ was good and he wanted to display that, I felt like he failed on that too. Because, all right, I'm not expecting you to go in there and get him out in the first round. That's fine. This guy is a tough guy. He only got stopped by Triple G. So I expect this guy to be some competition. But I didn't see some of the basic stuff like cutting off the ring and enough jab work. I wasn't impressed by it. I don't know what happened. Like you said, it could be the injury, but I didn't even see like, the basic stuff to me.
Yeah, like I mean, I agree. You know what I'm saying? It could have been an injury, whatever. Like I can't real talk too. Like he might have really been focused on just getting power back in his arms than the other boxing stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard to tell. Like I don't know. I'm not in their camp. I don't know what they did. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yo, real quick, I'm gonna ask someone else on. We got our boy John Tavar. What up, baby?
What's going on, baby? You guys can hear me or no?
Yeah, you good.
Yeah. You good.
Okay. Man. Listen, brother, I appreciate you guys.
Did you get to catch the fight?
You know what's crazy? I didn't get to see the fight. I saw the highlights of it. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't, get to actually see the fight itself though, which I really can't give it like a real assessment to actually, what I mean? But with the highlights though, I could definitely say Berlanga was not mentally there though. You know what I'm saying? And Tim Bradley went on him. Like he went in on him.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys heard about what Tim said about him. But I was telling my boy earlier today that could be a gift and a curse though, because I mean, when it came to like, Berlanga, like he definitely was like, making some noise. I mean, just like knocking guys out the first round.
Right.
And now we have a fight where now you go to distance and you're not getting those first KOs. that could, mess you up mentally. You know what I'm saying? With the fight with Rose, I thought like he was able to do what Triple G did, but he didn't do it like that. And being that he fought, in New York, he had a lot of Puerto Ricans out there supporting him, and he really didn't perform the way I think he wanted to perform. I think that could definitely play a psychological effect to him. You know what I'm saying? Although he won the fight, but still, though, like you want to perform very well and really, give the people what they expect to see. And seeing that fight, he still needs. I think he still needs some time, man. He still needs some time.
Well, do you think he needs time to heal, or you think it's just a mental thing? Because like T was saying, the injury could have played a big factor.
Oh yeah, he got hurt the last fight. Yeah. That's true though. Yeah. That's another. That is true though. Yeah, he did got hurt. I think was his left shoulder, something like that.
No, the bicep.
The bicep.
Oh, okay, the bicep. That's right. Yeah, the bicep. That's what it was. Yeah, the bicep. Yeah, that definitely could. I mean, absolutely played a major role into the fight.
After the fight, he also said that he was feeling pain, and I don't know if anyone else ever dealt with an injury. When you go under the knife, you're constantly worried about, damn, did I mess it up? Did I sleep on it wrong? I feel this pain. So I can't even imagine what he's going through being so far out. And so go ahead, T. You can elaborate on it.
Yeah, I can tell you somebody who literally did it the same time he did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can show you how the scar, man. You know what I'm saying? So like, yo, like real talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, rehab is hard as fuck. It's the hardest shit I ever did. You know what I mean? And it's not even just this. Like, I rehabbed my shoulder. I tore my rotator cuff. Tore my bicep. I tore my ACL. I broken ribs in sparring. Like, yo, like rehab is hard as fuck. You know what I mean? I caught turf toe. Dislocated my big toe. Like, I fractured my ankle. You play sports long enough and hard enough, you're going to go through shit. It is what it is, right?
Absolutely.
So I say that to say, you know what I'm saying? Like, the biggest thing, about the rehabilitation process, when you're going through it 3 times a day, 4 times a day, that's what I did. You know what I mean? I wanted to make sure I got back ASAP. And that's why you see me online wilding out. That's why I'm back. Is that you can get over it physically, but the mental aspect, behind like going through the similar process that actually injured you, that's tough to get over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, also, I guess, like I said before, he said his arm was hurting. It's hard to simulate 120%. You don't do that. When you're working out, you're training, you know what's going on. If I'm hitting the bag, I every punch I control. When I'm slipping and countering, or I'm in the ring and I'm tense and I'm trying to throw mad hard, you can't control that. It's all reaction time. Injuries happen on reaction, not like when you're doing something. It happens on reaction. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, that's why shit probably hurt. You know what I mean? Like, could have threw a bad hook, could have felt funny. And after that, now you in your head. Now you backing up.
Right.
Now you just, you know what I mean? Like, now you're not even like, look at his punch output. If you actually look, if you saw the comedy box, his output was low. And if you look, Steve Rose threw way more punches than him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, shit different. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna play a role. I've been taking, like, me personally, I'm about to spar next week, right? You know what I mean? But the way I'm gonna do it is, I'm not throwing no punches. Wanna know why? I just want to see if I can take it. People hitting on my arm, hitting on my shoulder. I'm going in the straight defense mode first. After that, and then I'm gonna start doing tech sparring. After that, then I'm gonna start going in it. Then I'm gonna start like really throwing hard and doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't control reaction. It's something you can't control. Period.
Right.
It's an instinct thing.
It definitely takes a while for that confidence to build up, man. Yo, let's switch gears real quick to another guy that fought that night, man. What did y'all think about Xander Zayes' performance? Did y'all get to catch that?
Yeah. Some good money, man. Like, he definitely good. I've been watching him for a while now. Like, he definitely good money. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, Christina Cruz, she used to fight under Marcos. I don't know if you know Marcos, that Marcos Suarez that trains out of South Box in the Bronx. She used to train under him, and I started seeing Xander Zayes when she started posting that gym down in Florida. I'm like, oh, this kid look good. Before you know it, kid online doing big things. Like he gonna do something. He gonna do some things, man.
Yeah. I'm hoping he develops a little more power, man. I see him technique wise, pressure wise. I like him, and he's really young. But I'm seeing him hit guys clean, and they don't react the same way when Buranga hits people. You know what I mean?
Well, like you said, he's young, so he got that time. He got time to grow that.
He's a kid. He's a kid.
Yeah.
He's like what, 19?
Yeah, he's a young guy.
Yeah.
So he has time to grow that strength. I want to keep it on injuries a little bit and talk about this fight. So now that we got a little more insight from T, I want to ask everybody what they think now of Earl and Ugas coming off of his eye injury. Do you think Earl kind of jumped out the window taking on Ugas right away, or he's just built different?
First.
I mean, I was talking about, like, I think Errol Spence, though, I mean, he came off the gate, fighting off Danny Garcia after the accident.
Yeah.
Right.
And you know what? No, honestly, I was very surprised how he actually was able to really, really dominate that fight. I mean, although Danny Garcia, I felt like, he could have done a lot more, but, Spence still won the fight. He dominated for the most part. So that really, kind of surprised me. And I think it's the heart, though. It's the heart of Spence. You know what I'm saying? Not try to, take a tune-up fight. Like, I just want to get the big dogs. You know what I mean? Just give me the big dogs right now. But Ugas is very dangerous, though, man. He's very dangerous. You know what I mean? I think I said in your last when I was in your podcast about Ugas, that Cuban style, man. You got to be very careful with that style.
Yeah.
Because Ugas took that fight with Pacquiao in short notice. Understand that he ain't trying to actually fight Pacquiao. True. And he beat Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? So this is going to be a very, very tricky fight for Spence. And honestly, I really believe it's a 50-50 fight. It's a 50-50 fight.
See, where you going with that, bro?
So look, you know what I mean? As a fellow Cuban, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm Cuban. Yeah. So, I really follow a lot of the Cuban boxers, man. Like, so I'm heavy on them. So, like, Yordenis Ugas, very big counterpuncher, man. Like, I don't know if y'all see who he trained with, but he trains with Ismael Salas out in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? That whole camp, another Cuban dude, that whole camp, like the way he trains him, big counterpunchers. You know who else trained with him too as well? Laura be training with them too. Right. And you see how Laura give it up on the counter punching.
Yeah. Rolly, I think
I think Rolly might have been in there once, but Rolly don't train with them.
Hold on, I'm thinking about no. They were talking about him. I'm bugging.
Jorge Linares trains out of there too. Yeah, that's like they got some fighters out there, B. Like they got some. Again, Bo used to rock with them too. You know what I'm saying? Like they got good fighters out that camp. You know what I'm saying? So like. Well, my thing with Ugas, you know what I mean, is that like he can take a lot of damage, shoot, right? So like I think that the big punches that Spence throws, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's going to damage him the same way it was damaging everybody else. I think he's going to counter him well, you know what I'm saying, which is tough. As far as Spence, taking on Danny Garcia, I think that was a good fight. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I never once thought Danny Garcia had a chance winning that fight. I always thought Danny Garcia was heavy for the two. So to me, like, I'm not saying he didn't do well by taking on a big fight. It's a name, but I never thought nothing of it. And you saw Danny face after the fight. Shit was cake. Yeah. Like, it's not like he fought. It's not like he fought Porter. You know what I'm saying? And look, that's a questionable win. You know what I'm saying? As we all know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think the Yordenis Ugas fight is going to be similar to the Porter fight. I think Ugas is going to be in his chest when he can. I think he's going to counter well. You know what I mean? Like that. That's how I look at it.
Okay. I see Hawk shaking his head over there. Let's go, man.
Let me hear something, D. What up, bro? Listen, man. We don't even got to do FanDuel. We could do this right now. You know what I'm saying? We could put this bet down right now.
We gotta put it up then. we gotta put it up. Nah. Yo, matter of fact, we gonna bet. I want a free personal training session. You want the mix. That's what I want.
I'll give you that.
No,
Now, if I win real talk, I need that steak dinner, B, and a bottle.
I thought you was gonna say the bottle of white Henny, because
Nah. I don't need no white Henny. I don't want nothing from overseas, B. I don't want none of that. You know what I'm saying? I want something that's gonna be here ASAP. It ain't nothing but you can take the Uber downtown mad quick. Give me the steak dinner. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing.
I got you. So we making that beneficial, man. I don't see nothing special about you guys. He looks like a big, solid, technical Cuban fighter. That's it. I don't see any special effects with him. Nothing special. He didn't do enough to beat Porter. He fought Porter tough. He didn't do enough to beat him. He didn't do enough to knock out an old Pacquiao. And we did an episode on it when me and Work was talking.
How many people knocked out Pacquiao? You talking about he ain't doing nothing to knock out Pacquiao? How many people done knocked out Pacquiao?
Spence would have knocked him out. Spencer said
mad people ain't knocked out Pacquiao. Pacquiao barely been knocked out.
Yeah, no. Honestly, I only seen one knockout, which was
Marquez.
Yeah, the Marquez knockout. I think he got knocked out early in his career, but I wouldn't even count that being a young kid from the Philippines or something like that. But I'm not saying Pacquiao's a legend. I can't say that. Y'all say I'm retarded, but he looked old. He looked old leading up to the fight, and I knew age was going to play a part. And originally, it was supposed to be Terrence Crawford, right?
No.
I said Terrence Crawford.
Earl.
Earl, supposed to be Earl.
Right?
Earl got hurt.
Either way, I said both of those guys were going to knock him out. But, yo, John, what you thinking, John?
No, I mean, listen, with Pacquiao, though, I was really impressed, though, because he beat Thurman, though. And by the way, I won 300 off that fight. Because, like, I just like, yo, listen, man. One thing I studied these boxes, man, and it's like, I mean, it's 90% mentality and 10%, you know what I mean, being physical, your skill set, and Pacquiao, man is very disciplined. He's very disciplined, man, But again, with that fight with Ugas, Pacquiao wasn't prepared for that fight, though. You know what I'm saying? Because
neither was Ugas.
Huh? Yeah, you're right about that. That's true, though. That is very true. You know what I'm saying? But Ugas definitely, he wanted to make a statement. And I mean, going back with Hawk just said right now with the Sean Porter fight, that could have gone either way, man. I mean, that could have gone either way. You know what I'm saying?
That was supposed to be a knockdown too. That was supposed to be a matter of fact. You talking about he didn't knock him down. That was supposed to be a knockdown. It was a questionable call, but they didn't give it to him. Remember that?
Yeah. And I mean, listen, man. That's why I say it's a 50-50 fight, man. Like, don't underestimate Ugas, man. Like, this dude is really trying to make a statement, man. And I think it could be possible he could pull it off with Spence. We don't know. I mean, we don't know with the eye injury. I know for a fact Ugas is going to definitely target that eye. He's going to target that eye. Absolutely.
Boxing's a business. We all know this. So if you guys didn't do enough to beat Sean Porter, you guys didn't knock out an old Pacquiao. He won, but he didn't knock out an old Pacquiao. He didn't look overwhelmingly impressive where everyone was like, oh, this guy's the next one up. When we watch Ennis fight, you go, wow, this fucking kid's incredible. That Ugas fight, I was like, So if it's a close fight, do you think they're going to give a decision to Ugas?
So I'm gonna play off your words right now. I'm going to play off your words right here. A close fight. Let's be real, though, right? When you are the underdog, right? If you turn off all the sound, turn off all the commentating, take away the crowd, right? We just watch the fight. Let's pretend that real fight was a sparring session, right? You're not going, and there's no names attached to people. They do this all the time with everything in life. You can think that Ugas won that fight. You're talking about that Ugas didn't win these fights, but everybody knows these fights were close. And the truth is, sometimes, and that's not even just with Spence, but just any big fighter alone, you have to overly dominate to actually come across and win, right? Like we all know, let's be real here, right? So when you're saying that, you gotta take that with a grain of salt, because at the end of the day, like, just because he didn't win on some crazy landslide type shit doesn't mean he actually didn't win that fight. The truth is, sometimes you have to win on a landslide just so you don't get cheated. You know how boxing be. Let's be real about that. Like, for example, in facts, we know that.
Not too long ago, yeah.
Yeah, it happens all the time. So you can't just be like, oh, he didn't show me nothing crazy. If you went toe-to-toe with a monster that been knocking everybody out and people are questioning if you won or not, I actually would argue you did something crazy, because usually these dudes are taking people out early. And on top of that, again, like, for people to win those big fights like that, when there's somebody like that, you have to OD on them, man. You got to be on some Cambosos, Teofimo Lopez type shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just is what it is when it comes to these big fights. Like, for example, right, when you, even though I don't think Madonna won the fight, like Madonna Mayweather, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Madonna would have to knock him out or drop him twice to actually win that first fight. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yo, see, that's my point though. When you in a fight and you know you in an uphill battle, you gotta go all out. It ain't winning on the scorecards. You gotta leave a crazy impression or win by knockout. Yo, real quick, man, I'm gonna introduce another guy. We got someone else on the check-in. Capt Chaos. What up, Playboy?
What's going on, guys? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you good.
What's going on,
Let
fellas?
me know your name and where you calling from, man.
Far Rock, Queens.
Oh shit, that's our area, man.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Where we starting with? We starting with Berlanga. We starting with Spence.
Well, we were on the Spence topic. Jump in with that, and then you head back and U-turn and get on the Berlanga real quick.
Now on the Spence thing, I'm gonna keep it to you guys 100. In any fight, Spence day can be numbered, and I'm gonna tell you why. The fight game is a very hard game. It's the hardest sport in all of sports. I'll argue that with anybody. When you're tough on your body and you're in a fight game, that's gonna come back to haunt you. The man was in a car, and you know what? A lot of people are gonna say, "Yo, come on, man, that car crash." Yo, that car crash. That man is lucky to be alive. All right, so you put that on him. Then, you know, what people don't want to talk about, which I don't understand how these boxing heads don't even talk about this, the man had a detached retina. You know what I'm saying? So at any given time, you know what I'm saying, he could be fighting. He starts to see like that blurry vision. You know, his mind is going to start playing tricks on him. You know, what's going to happen when he starts seeing, like, you know what I'm saying, 3 Ugases or four Crawfords? Is he going to say, like, oh, shit, yo, what the hell is going on? You know, you got to go back in the days and see, like, you know, Michael Olajide. Yo, that dude don't have an eye. You feel what I'm trying to say? Not everybody was, you know, Sugar Ray Leonard. And understand, when Sugar Ray Leonard had a detached retina, how long was he out of the game, you know what I'm saying, before he came back in the game to fight Hagler? You know what I'm saying? And then there's another fighter, a Mexican fighter, man. I can't believe it. Yo, I lost. Margarito's another one. Yo, but Danny, damn, what the hell is this dude's name, bro? You know what? He had wars with Marquez, Rafael Marquez. I forgot the name of the dude. He lost his eye. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Spence got a lot of skeletons in his closet. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, another thing that a lot of people are not talking about is his weight issue. A lot of people ain't talking about this. Spence is on weight. Spence could fight tomorrow. Spence right now, he's ready to go. You know what I'm saying? And that's a detriment, because if people that know the game know that when you start messing around with your weight, you know what I'm saying? Like being dehydrated, you know, everybody knows that that's like a gradual thing. It's like being what do you call that thing? Like that deep diver. You know what I'm saying? You go all the way to the bottom, right? You gotta gradually come up, little by little, little by little, little by little. What happens if you come up real quick? Your blood starts bubbling and you're dying. So there's a lot of things that are going on with Spence that people fail to talk about. Spence right now, his body, you looking at him, yo, he look like a monster. And a lot of people are questioning that. A lot of people are saying, yo, I don't know, man. That's a little too quick. You got dudes that on the day of the weigh-in, they're still gradually like making it, like gradually, you know what I'm saying? Like they're still like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you got to watch your water. You got to watch this. You got to watch that. Being in that type of shape, how many, when is that fight? What's the fight date?
Man.
I think it's April in Texas.
Yeah, sometime in April.
Sometimes
the middle April,
you're already at fight weight. You know what I'm saying? So that does a lot to your body. You know, so we're talking about the car crash. We're talking about detached retina. That's a lot of stuff. So at any time, his body can break down. His body
you don't look at it as he's getting himself in shape, because I heard a rumor, and I can't confirm it, but the last 2 fights where I guess people expected him to do a little better, look a little more impressive, he didn't have his nutritionist. Now, he got that guy back. That's why he's on top of his weight the way he is. So do you think it's more bad than good? Because apparently the guy, whoever the nutritionist was, came back and he's feeling like, yeah, I'm about to go in there and put some work in.
I'm going to put it to you like this. When it comes to weight, the dude that was a master at playing that weight game was Arturo Gatti. Arturo Gatti was such a master at playing that weight game, he almost killed Joey Gamache. I don't know if you guys remember that fight. My man came into that fight like 30 pounds over. You feel me?
Yeah.
Am I lying?
Nah. I remember that. Yeah, he knocked him out like 8 times before he hit the ground. I remember that fight.
Joey Gamache. It's a game you play with your body. That's like a science. How much can Spence play with his body? He's already there. You know what I'm saying? How much can he play with his body? Everybody sees him. My man is ripped to the T. He looked like Bruce Lee. He's making weight like there's no tomorrow. So that's definitely a hindrance. It's definitely
yo, Captain, you saying it like it's a negative? Honestly, I say it as a positive. I don't like when people play with their weight, because I'm doing that right now, and I'm like 40 pounds overweight. I need to go see my man Thomas tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, if you saw me, you'll be disgusted. T, I swear to God, man. I'm huge right now.
Let me ask you a question. What do you think that Errol Spence's walking weight is right now? His natural walking weight?
Not naturally. If I don't know
today,
if I'm eyeballing it.
No, naturally. Like, let's say he's not fighting. What's his natural weight?
Oh, real talk. I think son heavy. I think son like 170. I think son is heavy, man.
170.
Like 180.
Yeah, because I think he also be in camp sometimes sparring Charlo. They got the same trainer.
Yeah.
There you go. So what I'm trying to tell you is, everybody knows when you're in training camp, you're putting a strain on your body like this. Yo, that type of strain that you're putting on your body is insane. Just with
camp harder than the fight. I can tell you from personal experience, camps are harder than the fight, man. I fight any day over going to camp.
There you go. So being at fight weight so much sooner than the fight, I don't care what anybody says. It's a hindrance. And guess what? The numbers don't lie. You want to know why the numbers don't lie? Because nobody else does it. Tell me one fighter who's at peak weight a month before the fight. Name me one.
Only one person did that was Mayweather, because he used to walk around in it. But Mayweather walked up like he was small for his division. Like, he's not really a 47. You know what I'm saying?
Well, hold on a second. Was Mayweather in the gym 24/7?
Always.
Yeah.
That's a different species. Now we know. Now we know.
No, I'm 24/7. My bad.
Right or wrong?
Now, yo. I honestly don't think the weight's that big of an issue yet. I don't think he never really looked dehydrated in the ring. But yo, what did you think about Buranga and his last performance against Rose?
Here we go. I'm gonna give it to you. He is the opposite of Miguel Cotto and Felix Trinidad, and this is what I mean. When Fat Joe started coming to Miguel Cotto's fights, Miguel Cotto was already, Miguel Cotto was a champ. You know what I'm saying? Miguel Cotto was at that top of the hill. You know what I'm saying? Miguel Cotto was king. Same as Felix Trinidad. It's the opposite with Berlanga. You know what I'm saying? The closest person that I could mimic to Berlanga's career, and hear me out because people are going to start wilding, is Hector Camacho. And I'm going to tell you why. When Hector was coming up in the game, Hector had so much hype, you know what I'm saying? He started doing things he wasn't supposed to do. And this is what I'm going to tell you. Marvin Hagler said it best, and I'm just going to paraphrase what he says. Silk pajamas will fuck you up. When you having dinner with Johnny Marines, you guys know who Johnny Marines is?
Nah, enlighten us. I don't know.
Johnny Marines is you know the group Aventura, Romeo Santos.
Yeah.
That's
The
the
manager.
My man's hanging out with moguls. You know what I'm saying? Dudes that are making multi-million dollars. You know what I'm saying? That's a detriment to your career because you got to understand something. This is the fight game. It's like no other sport. It's like, you know, you could be the quarterback of the New York Giants and you can hang out with all these dudes. You know, like you guys know best. Teddy Atlas said it best, man. Every time you step in that ring, bro, it takes something out of you. You know what I'm saying? And you got to give that shit 1,000%. And I'm going to tell you why you got to give that shit 1,000%. Because if that shit was that easy, all of us right now, we wouldn't be talking about the shit. We'd be living it. That's a fact, right? Keep it a buck, right?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you watch Kung Fu movies back in the days and shit. That's how you got to live as a fighter, man. That's why you look at these Mexican dudes and shit, and they could prosper so much. You know what I'm saying? Because, they come from the mud. And they stay in the mud. You know what I'm saying? You got to stay in that mud. Silk pajamas, Maseratis, Bentleys, all that shit fucks your head up.
Now, I got to jump in there because before you got here, T was saying how, an injury and the injury that he did talk about, it could really play a part in a fighter's head. You don't feel like that injury played a part at all in his performance? You just think he's used to this new lifestyle already?
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. You ready? Muhammad Ali fought with a broken jaw. And guess what? They were like, deal with it. Muhammad Ali was blinded. He's like, I can't see. I can't see, bro. I can't see. They were like, deal with it. Tank Davis broke his hand. They were like, bro, nobody cares. Go get that work.
Here's the difference, though.
Wait, go ahead.
Yeah, here's the difference, though. Someone fucking this shit up in a fight is different. You know what I'm saying? Than like going through all that shit beforehand. Like, number two, we also in different times. Like, and on top of that, Muhammad Ali is the greatest ever. You can't compare what he did to like everybody else. Berlanga ain't even done nothing yet. Like, it'd be different if you had like a whole list of fighters that was moving like that. But like Muhammad Ali is someone you got to put in another in another category. Like a person like Mike Tyson, you got to put in another category. Mayweather another category. Like, this dude ain't there yet. It's like, I feel him. You 23 years old. You know what I'm saying? You just tore your bicep. You fresh in the game. Yeah, I would think about that. But someone who just tore their bicep in sparring, in boxing, trying to get back in the fight shape, to hop in the camps, I feel him. Like, you don't want to go through that again.
Question? Can I ask you a question?
Yes, bro.
What does a torn bicep have to do with you plotting and not knowing how to cut the ring off?
Oh, definitely.
So here's the thing. I'll tell you exactly what it does. He tore his bicep 6 months ago. How I know? He tore it the same time I tore it. So, I'm telling you right now, I'm not saying that he couldn't have did all that. What I'm saying is, I'm willing to bet he put most of the energy in that camp on getting his arm back together and being able to punch, and took most of that time away from his time on other small things. So instead of splitting his camp, like, I need to put 30% into this, 30% of that, he said, I'm throwing 70% to make sure I can sit there and throw punches again and feel comfortable. And that might have fucked him. You know what I'm saying? But that's what it is. That happens.
My brother, you know what the sad thing is in sports and especially boxing? You know what? And mind you, I'm gonna give it to you. Ready? What the sad thing is? And mind you, I'm stressing the sad thing. Nobody gives a shit.
I'm with you. I agree with you. But both of those things can be right and still be mutually exclusive. Like, I know nobody's gonna give a fuck. You still gotta perform, right? But that doesn't mean that didn't play a role in how he moved.
You saw when Tyson Fury, who was that dude that he fought? Oleg, what's the dude he's fought? Like, his eye was just popping out of his socket. And they were like, if it was anybody else, it would have stopped it.
Oh, you talking about I don't think Tyson Fury fought him. You talking about the black British dude?
No. It was Fury. It was Fury. He ended up having a cut in his eye.
Against the lefty. Against the lefty. Against the lefty.
Dirty with it. He was rubbing the eye and everything, man. He was trying to poke that shit out.
You talking about the lefty used to fight out of Mendez, matter of fact. He used to work out of Mendez sometimes. Otto Wallen.
Right, and they said that if it was any other fight, stopped it. And my man's eye was popping out. And it was like, bro, nobody cares. I remember there was a fighter, heavyweight fighter, man. His name was Derek Jefferson. My man, like, broke his ankle, bro. He was fighting on one leg, bro. One leg. And they were like, yo, continue until you like you don't want to fight no more.
Yo, but here's the thing though. It's different though when that shit happens in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like there's athletes that get injured in the game and still gonna be like, I gotta tough this shit out. They don't even know yet. You gonna tough it out.
I got nothing but love for you, but I'm gonna hit you with the Hiroshima right now. You ready? You ready for the Hiroshima?
Yo, the thing.
Yo, James Buddy McGirt, bro. When he was fighting Pernell Whitaker, yo, he had his rotator cuff messed up. And they said, yo, buddy, you can't fight. You know what Buddy said? I don't give a shit. I need that payday.
We interviewed Buddy, man. His fucking shoulder was not even his shoulder. He tore his bicep, which led to the shoulder. He tore that shit way before the Pernell Whitaker fight.
Now let me ask you a question.
He's a beast.
The fight?
What happened?
Did he back out of the fight?
Oh nah, man. Buddy's a Hall of Famer.
And guess what? And you want to know why he didn't back out that fight? Because that money was that was that money. He needed that money.
But again, to stay on the topic, we're talking about performance. And he said himself, he wanted that as a rematch with no injuries. He think he would have won. But because of the injury, he felt like that's one of the reasons why he lost. So that's what we're really talking about, just performance. His, you know what I'm saying?
What I'm trying to say is, at the end of the day, bro, when it comes to boxing, bro, it's that sport that's so brutal, bro. Nobody cares. Yo, you want that check, bro? You got to go get it. Nobody wants to hear no excuses. And I'm not saying that that's me. I'm saying that that's just a sport in general. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, yo, your rotator cuff is messed up. What you want to do? You want the check or not? You know, ain't nobody got to, this is sport.
Hold on, man. I don't mean to cut you off, but we got my man Coach Rels. We're gonna let him jump in. Yo, Coach.
Hey, how you doing, fellas?
What's going on, bro?
Coach, quick question, man. Were you able to catch the Buranga fight?
I watched. Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I got tired of all the chasing around, man. After Xander put on that show that he put on, and once I seen Berlanga, we had a hard time cutting the ring off. I just, I probably turned it off around the 5th, 6th round.
So, Coach, let us ask you a question, man. Do you think the injury played the factor in his performance, or do you think that he should have shown some type of improvement throughout that fight?
Man, to me, man, you got to be able to adapt. You know what I'm saying? Like in some type of way, man. The one-track fighters, man, the one that just can fight just that one way, they don't really make it that far. You know what I mean? As far as the injury, man, you just never know, man. With a fighter's pride, man, they just want to get in there. Everybody just feel like that they can win. But I really think that 16 fight knockout streak hinder him, you know what I mean, right now, because he's gonna start going against some crafty guys. You know what I'm saying? Some crafty guys that can figure it out, that don't, you know what I mean? I be having arguments with friends all the time, man. You know what I mean? Some guys just don't go down, man. You know what I'm saying? Some guys just want it that bad. You know what I mean? Like, so I think, I don't know if it's sparring, I don't know if it's, I done seen camps, man, where guys don't want hard work. The champ don't want no hard work. You know what I'm saying? If you're giving him you're giving him too much of a problem, man, they send you home. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I done personally seen it. So I don't know, like, what's the structure of his camp, if they let him run the show.
Yo, hold on. I don't want to be a troll, but if you want to name drop some of these guys that are sending feel free, brother.
Nah, man. A quick story, man. I was at and we didn't know at the time, but I was at Lennox Lewis last training camp. I was a part of that camp. And I was there with, I was there with Ricardo Williams. It was Hector Camacho Jr. It was, Shane was up there for a minute, but it was for Lennox Lewis. He ended up fighting Klitschko. But you know, this I was part of like the little sparring partner crew, you know what I'm saying? And you'll wake up, man, like he had like a crew of heavyweights there. And you'll wake up, man, and it'll be a guy gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you'll be like, you know, because his sessions was closed. Like, you ain't know what was going on in there. So we'd wake up for breakfast and such would be gone. And we'd be like, damn, what happened to him? They're like, shit, they said he was getting Lennox some work. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got him on up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and out of all the heavyweights, man, that was there, man, it was only one heavyweight that stayed from the beginning to the end, man. That was Malik Scott. Malik Scott, man, that was my guy. You know what I'm saying? Malik. Yeah, Malik Scott was there from the beginning to the end, man. That's my dude. You know what I mean? But he could vouch for that camp too, man. He could vouch for what was going on there.
Yo, you know, that's the funny thing, that even though you can know the sweet science, because when you train or you've been around the sport enough, I never claimed to be a fighter, but I've been in the gym for a very long time. You can watch people in the way they move and go, all right, this fight should be a mismatch. This guy should not. But you don't know what be going on in camps. You don't know what's going on behind closed doors. We didn't know personally Lennox Lewis was towards the end and ready to retire. But when you in the mix, you could actually see it. You could see, oh, my man is getting old. My man don't have that heart. Like Captain said, them silk pajamas, those lunches with those high-powered people, those celebrities are looking good. You may not have that same animal in you. You don't want to take those punches and go to work. You definitely, my man T was just talking about, you don't want to be in camp no more. You would rather fight. You don't want to be going through them wars during sparring session.
Man, one of my favorite sayings running around the gym right now, man, to all my fighters, I tell them when they training, you got to be a little retarded to want to box, man. You know what I'm saying? Some got to be off a little. You got to be a little off to want to be in this sport. You know what I mean? Like some, you know, we ain't normal. You know what I'm saying? Like to want to give pain and take pain. You know what I'm saying? Like so. You know, I think it's certain fighters, the spoils of you know, being good or reaching a certain plateau do play a factor in that. Like you just don't want it that more. But like some guys is just naturally competitive though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like some guys just want to just compete. You know what I'm saying? Like a Pacquiao. You know what I mean? Like Pacquiao, I just think like his hunger was just that he just loved to compete. You know what I mean? Like he just loved to test himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I even go back to like people like Kobe. You know what I'm saying? Like that was his thing. Like, you know, like just competing and being just, you know, having goals that you're just trying to reach, setting little goals. So it just, you know, just whatever, man, whatever you going through, man. It just be so much stuff going on with them camps and man and them fighters and just, you know, leading up to the fights. It could be a weight problem. You know what I'm saying? Depending on the weight class. You know what I mean? Like, I done seen training camps be solely about making weight. That's what the whole camp about. Making weight. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't get better if you're just focusing on weight for 2 months. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, speaking of fights, we got a fight coming on tomorrow. Don't mean to cut you off, but we got Tim Tszyu and Taro Gasha. So what do y'all think about that? Because Taro, I like Terrell. I like him, but he's a little up there in age. His last performance, he looked good. He's a pretty good counter puncher. But Tszyu, he looks like he likes to fight. Like he likes to fight. Like he likes rough fights. He looked good against Dennis Hogan. How you think that fight plays out?
I'm pulling for my bad.
My bad. I was interrupting you, bro. But my bad. That's on you. You got it.
No, I said, man, I'm biased right now, man. I'm going with Ohio all day long, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping he pull it out, man. Hope Terrell get in. We got the same first name, man. And he from the same state, man. And he dark like myself, man. He got going there, man. Represent for us, man. Ohio all day long, man. You know what I mean? But as far as critiquing or whatever, I think Shay got a chance to just, you know, he got boxing ability too. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm pulling for Gachet though.
Yeah, and you know, not for nothing, he has power. You know, I did speak about his age, but he has power. He has knockout power, and you know, Zoo is there to be hit, because like I said, he likes to fight. He likes to fight. You know, he doesn't he boxes, but he likes to fight. So he's there to get hit. I'm not sure if he's gonna fight that same way with Terrell, but you know, we'll see.
Right.
Yo, my fault, man. I'm over here trying to add people.
Now, I mean, I want to go on to fights that I'm hyped for. Like hyped for. It's not even like a big fight, but I'm hyped to see it.
Can I speak on that fight card tomorrow?
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Once again, that's my favorite word. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you guys.
Yeah.
So no disrespect to Zoo and you know those guys. Yo, the fight to talk about is Adorno and that dude Michelle. That fight right there, those two young lions, bro. I don't even know why or how they made that fight. That fight right there is a throwback. You know what I'm saying? You got two undefeated lions. You know what I'm saying? Those type of fights in today's day and age, they don't even make them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Adorno said it best. You know, he's like, yo, you know, there's no titles at stake. You know, and you know, I'm gonna say something because I'm the one that's always saying that left field shit. People that are talking crap about boxing today, hear me out. This shit's going back. It's going back, and I'm gonna prove it to you. Yo, Chris Colbert took an L. Blair Cobb took an L, and these young bucks, they're fighting. So I don't know what's going on in boxing, but I feel that they're preparing us for like, yo, bro, if you take an L, oh well, go figure it out. Because under that Floyd Mayweather era, it was like, yo, everybody wanted to protect that L. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, yo, nobody cares, bro. I'll give you a perfect scenario. Joshua Vargas, my man got lit. He got lit up. And he's fighting, bro. He's fighting tomorrow. Yo, back in the days, bro, he would have been in back of the line, bro. You wouldn't have heard of him. He would have been back in the Chitlin circuit. You know what I'm saying? He's back. So there's a lot of things going on in boxing that, you know, we need to be happy about. But if you want to talk about diehard fans, bro, that Michelle Adorno fight tomorrow, yo, I'm telling you right now, bro, fireworks. We're talking about
I know.
Them dudes, yo, those dudes are going to war.
Yeah,
Adorno, nice, man.
What?
Yeah.
That boy nice, man. I watched him in the amateurs, man. That boy nice.
Yeah. That's a good fight, man. There's a lot of, you know, good fights that's not really being talked about because, you know, you got the bigger names, you know what I'm saying? But there's like fights like Lubin and Fondora. I can't wait. I'm anticipating that. Yo, I think that's gonna be a crazy ass fight.
Fuck with you.
Please.
Let's keep it a buck. Shouldn't that fight be for like a unification? Like that's how big that fight is.
That's a huge fight.
Huge.
You know what it is though? You know what it is to do my man Lubin dirty after that one Charlo joint though, man. Like he don't get a chance to get the same type of exposure. You know what I mean? That same ability he had just because Charlo stopped him. Was that the second round? Some wild round. Shit. First round. You know what I'm saying? Like yo, Lubin though, like he caught a hammer for a reason. He hit hard. You know what I'm saying? Like he do his thing, man. You know, so it's unfortunate. You know what I mean? Like hopefully, like you know, you know, it's funny we're talking about these L's, and it sucks because it almost feels like that one L put him real far back. And now I'm not saying he's a nobody because he's not a nobody to me. But I feel like it sucks because I feel like now as many people like that, you know, as many people in the public don't really know about him because of that. And I think he should be more of a household name with the type of skills that he got. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, I mean, I feel you. It's a different thing, man. You know what it is? When they don't have an L, you know, they feel like they're on top of the world. I think once they finally take that L, then their mindset changes. Like, you know what? Let me go out there and work. You know what I'm saying? Before that, it's like you trying to protect it. Like you said, you're trying to protect it. You don't want to lose it. But once you lose it, you kind of have a different mindset. And if they had that mindset before that, they would be looked at, a little differently. But they don't have that mindset until after they lose.
But I promise you, the game. What happened to Erickson Lubin, and what happened to Joshua Vargas? Look at the difference. You feel me? So what I'm trying to tell you now, the tide is changing because they're bringing Joshua Vargas back. Blair the Flair, he don't even care. Right now, he's like, yo, I'm getting ready for my next fight. Chris Colbert is already saying, yo, I'm coming back. So the tide is changing, and I'm saying for us fans, man, we should be salivating because this shit's going to the 80s. I promise you. Remember what I'm telling you, bro. And if I'm lying, you'll get a nice piece of dog shit, and we'll be that shit all over my face.
Well, we're gonna see, man, because you got Josue coming up too. You know what I'm saying? He took an L not too long ago.
Hold on, fellas. I want to add one more person in. Yo, what up, Playboy?
What's up with everybody?
What's good, brother?
What's up, champ?
How you, fam?
Good.
Yo, Coach Rel, this is your fighter, right?
Yes, sir, man. It's Lavars Carter, man. One of the top 152-pound amateurs coming out of Cincinnati, man. He represented. He was a Olympic. He was Olympic semifinal trials in the trials. He came one fight away from being able to make the team, and a few accolades, man. Multinational champion, getting ready to make his pro debut April 16th in Covington, Kentucky. So we finally finna take the leash up off of him, man, and go ahead and let him take off on running, man. So
man. So yo, I'm gonna call you Mr. Carter because I'm a Jay-Z fan. Mr. Carter, man, how you feeling going into your pro debut?
Man, I feel good.
We were talking about weight real quick. How are you doing with your weight?
I'm doing good with weight for real. I just gotta lose a couple pounds, like 7 pounds, 6 pounds. Okay. It's kind of life for real. I never had a problem with weight for real though.
Awesome. He one of them guys, man. He'd go in there, man. It's kind of scary, man. He'd go in there, t-shirt and shorts, and lose 8-9 pounds.
So, yo, pro debut. Are you coming out with fireworks? I want to get on FanDuel and make some money. I want you to let me know which round this guy's going out so I can put in a little bet, man.
Shoot, I don't know. I know he going out though. We just gonna let it fall through like that. Just gonna let it fall through.
Okay.
Yeah, man. When to go ahead and man, we gonna just take off running, man. You know what I mean? Been a long time coming, man. Really just, letting him mature up. This the pro game, man. Like I explained to him, man, this is when you got the talent to really do this, and you gotta take advantage of this time, man. For one, it's a young man's sport. It's a sport that don't wait on nobody. Right. And you can mess up your chance, you know what I'm saying? So I just held him on back for a little while, man, and just really let his mind mature up because I knew he had the talent, and he done proved it over and over again against the best competition in the country. So I just didn't want to just, all right, you want to make some money, get on out there. Now he mature, he a man, and he ready to turn it up for us. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited.
So Carter, who is one of your favorite fighters? Who do you like to watch? Who do you study? You know what I'm
saying? Spence, Andre Ward.
That's a good one.
Sure. I will stick.
Let me ask you this. Fans may not know you yet because you haven't had your coming out party, but you about.
Yeah.
Who do you think you mimic best?
Sure. That's a good question. That's a great question. I really don't know for real. I take a lot of stuff from a lot of people. I mean, I just Yeah, I really don't know for real. But I feel like my style is like the boxer type. Like I'm a box you most of all, but yeah, I really don't know for real. But I know I just got a boxing type style, boxing type style. My bad.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Well, you said Andre Ward, and for me, Andre Ward is one of my favorites. I feel like a lot of people actually forget about Andre Ward from time to time. I don't feel like he get enough credit that he deserved because Andre Ward to me was just he was one of those fighters who did what it needed to be done, and you know he was gritty and he knew how to adjust, and you know he didn't have to wait until after a fight when you know he needed to adjust. If he needed to get on the inside, he fought on the inside. If he needed to box, he boxed. Andre Ward was one of my favorite fighters, and I remember watching the first fight that he had with Kovalev. And a lot of people don't see this, but in round 6, man, like that's where I was super impressed by him because I remember there was like maybe a low blow or something where the ref broke it up, and Kovalev stuck his hand out to like I guess piece it up, and he just looked at him with a death stare, like, "Nah, let's get back to this work." I love Andre Ward, man. So yeah, Andre Ward is a good choice, man. He's definitely a
Andre Ward.
Yeah, he decorated.
Yeah,
he was one of my favorite guys too, man. I always say that, man. He's out. He. If you want to look at a fundamental boxer, it's gonna be Andre. Somebody who do everything right.
Yeah,
Andre Ward. You know what I'm saying? Like I came up through the amateurs with him, and I came up through the amateurs with him too, and I had a friend, like a best friend at the time, who was on the Olympic team with him on the 04 team. That was in Athens. And you know, a couple years after the Olympic Games and everything, that was where he won the gold medal. But it was actually Ron Seiler. He was the 112 pounder on the Olympic team. But he said, man, when they got out there to Athens, man, and you know, everybody was just happy to be there. He said they was exploring and they was going around, seeing their sightseeing, doing everything, going out. Everything. He said the only person that stayed in their room the whole time they was there was Andre Ward.
I remember you told me that.
Yeah, he said he never left his room, only for competition to eat. He was there for one mission, and at the time he ain't know it because he was in the moment.
Right.
You know what I mean, my friend. But you know, as he looked back on, he was like, "Damn, man, he the only person that never went out." You know what I'm saying? He ain't go out none the whole time he was out there. Like, well, he was the only one that got that gold medal too. You know what I'm saying? So it made sense. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, he was different, man. You know what I mean? Different guy.
Now, glad you back, Chaos. This is another fight that I'm kind of hyped for, more so because I want to see how this guy performs. This is going to be a good test for him. Conor Ben against Chris Van Heeren. You know, I like Conor, but Chris is a tough guy. He took a split decision loss early on, which he should have won. It was some bullshit. And he took a KO loss to Earl, and he had a no contest against like Ennis. So he really he has a pretty good resume. I want to see how he does against Conor Ben. I like Conor Ben, but I feel like Conor Ben kind of gets left out of the top welterweight conversation. How do you think he does against this? You know what I'm saying, against this guy?
Once again, whenever I speak, I speak out of left field, like on some weirdo.
Nah, you good. Go ahead, man.
Oh my God.
So these UK fighters, man, they're totally built opposite from US fighters. Basically, what I'm trying to say is there's so much hype and there's so much money generated in them that they're not built to lose. So right now, Conor Ben could be fighting a Chihuahua. Conor Ben could be fighting a gorilla. Don't bet against Conor Ben until he comes to the States and gets that fire work. You know what I mean? Because anybody that, and I'm not trying to disrespect anybody that follows the game knows that, that UK great fight game, is totally different than the US. Them fans out there, yo, they're there from beginning to end. They're there from beginning to end.
They go hard.
Conor Ben is Conor Ben is a powerhouse. They're and don't forget, man, yo, who is daddy, man? His daddy's the dog. So they're taking care of Conor Ben. You know what I mean?
Right.
Ben just annihilated Chris Algieri, which I was shocked. I was like, wow. Like, look, let me tell you, you know, fighters gradually, you know, they're like thoroughbreds, you know what I'm saying? They gradually like break down because, and I don't like using the word break down. They gradually like start like using the word deteriorating, but I don't know what other word to use. It's like gladiator sport. I compare it to the Colosseum, you know what I'm saying? The Roman days, you know, all those battles, they get to you. But the way that Conor Ben flatlined, I was like, what the fuck just happened? Just on that alone, look, let me tell you something, man. The game, whoever says that boxing is dead has lost their mind. Boxing is, the boxing gods are blessing us because this shit is going back to the 80s. And whoever you don't know what you're talking about, test me.
Nah, brother.
Yo,
I'm gonna test you. Nah, brother. Coach Ralph, I know you want to jump in with me. Captain, yo.
Baby, time out. I don't want to get too far though. I don't want to get too far. One question is: do you think Conor Ben is going to win? Yes or no?
100%.
Oh yeah,
he should win.
He should win.
He should win. Okay,
we'll see. I say we'll see.
Ooh.
Yeah, because I'm just looking at Chris like he really isn't a pushover. He only lost to like elite fighters. I don't know.
Right. He's on his ways out though. I mean, Chris Algieri, like he was on his ways out though. Like I mean, he was ready to decline.
He was out.
I understand on the way out, but Conor Ben kicked him out. Yeah. There's something like there's the door. You could walk there. My man did Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Remember when the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air first started? You know what I'm saying? And he like threw him out the door. That's what Conor Ben did to him. You know what I'm saying? Like my man annihilated him, like flatlined him.
Like I always be looking at. When I look at resumes, I don't even always just look at the names. I always look at the dates. When you fought them in your career. You know what I'm saying? Like, because
talk that
shit. I people Mayweather done messed everybody up, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the me, man. Mayweather done messed the game up, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, to the point to where you will forget about how a real fighter is supposed to be judged. You know what I mean? A fighter is judged really through their prime. You get what I'm saying? Like, through their reign. You know what I mean? Like once, and then most fighters will start collecting checks. So, that's when I started looking at like, okay, man, when you fought this guy, you know what I'm saying? Like when, all right, yeah, you beat him, but when? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then, I judge him off of that. You know what I'm saying? So, by him knocking out Chris Algieri the way that he did, I mean, no disrespect respectfully. So what? You know what I'm saying? Like I want to see him do it.
I'm there with that one because
you know what I mean. Like
I kind of thought the same thing. I was really like, Chris Algieri's out of there. Like what he doing his pastime? He's like a chef or something. Like he's a boxer / chef or nutritionist. I was like,
like he was just cooking for another fighter not too long ago in a camp. You know what I'm saying? Like
I got a question.
Like
yo, Carter, I see you shaking your head, bro. What did you think of the fight?
I didn't even really watch the fight I ain't even gonna lie. I think I seen some highlights. I don't think I really watched the fight like that.
Yeah, the fight was quick. It was just a highlight.
Yeah. But I think but dude, shoot. I think that one a active, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all was saying, I want an active fighter or a fighter that's, you know what I'm saying, staying busy, a busy fighter or a focused fighter at his full potential type stuff. Or one of them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yo, Yo, it's
I
not,
ain't taking nothing away from him though, but I'm just saying.
I agree 100, and this isn't a knock the captain or a knock the younger people watching. Not call captain. We are part of that old school mentality, old school era. The younger era is a bit different, where everyone thinks they're Mayweather. Everyone
my
wants
God,
to
man.
be payday. Everyone is
Oh,
God.
going.
No, get it right first, man. Get it right. Everybody wants to be Money Mayweather before being Pretty Boy Floyd. That's what it is.
But
Yo, so where I was going with it, where Coach says some shit, yeah, it's dope where you could cross Jordan over when he's playing for the Wizards. But that ain't the guy that's on the sneaker. Jordan that was fucking jumping from free throw line is something different than the guy on the Wizards. Don't tell me about a fighter when they're already rich, sitting in pajamas. They all doing videos with that.
Right.
I don't want to hear that. They not the same animal. And Carter, you're gonna experience it too. You're gonna start to get this money. They're gonna be 10 baby mamas on your lap trying to take the chains out your pocket. Yo, it's hard to focus and be a champion when you 30 something, 6 baby mamas, Rolls Royce, all types of shit. Then you fight him and you hit him, and he's like, nah, I didn't really, I want to enjoy my retirement.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I'm not saying that Mayweather isn't great. What I'm saying is when you fight someone, when that lion's an alpha and you an alpha, let's go at it and let's kill each other.
Right.
Who comes out the best. And
Absolutely.
also, this is another thing, Carter. Don't let a L discourage you or intimidated for the fact that you can take an L. That's what makes you a fucking legend. You want to go out there and take niggas' heads off. You want to go out there and fight the champions, baby.
Stop that talk, Hawk.
Sit there and go, yeah, all right, now he's looking soft. Let me go get him because he's hanging out too much. Nah, I want you to be your very best while I'm my best, and I'm coming for the throne, baby. I want you to keep that killer with you because when you out there doing that, we going to be talking our shit. Like, yo, look at Carter, baby.
Nah, for real. I'm listening, though. I heard it.
I love it, man. I love it. Well, go ahead, Carter. I mean, you want to say something real quick.
Take an L because this is gladiator sport. This is gladiator sport. Because guess what? Because I'm going to tell you something right now. Whether you like dogs, donkeys, girls, boys, whatever you may like, if that person's giving you a problem and you got to fight next week, nobody cares. Now, if you bet in 350, right, in baseball, right, and you come up to the plate, and from 350, you drop to 320, you still the man. If you drop in 40 in basketball and then you drop 20 because you got issues, the man. But in boxing, whatever problems you got at home and you just took that L, guess what? Nobody cares. So basically what I'm trying to tell you is any fighter that's undefeated, people like us always say, okay, let's dissect that career. Because, yo, who's the GOAT? It's either or Ali. It's either, those are the only two. And both of them took L's. The reason why what did they do after they took that L? So when you're a gladiator, you're supposed to take an L. You're supposed to take an L. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I tell anybody, man, any young kid that I ever come across and they take an L, son, don't you ever forget something, man. You're a gladiator, and we're mere mortals. You don't have to apologize. I'm a mere mortal. You're a gladiator. Man, you better put that chin high up in the air. You better remember who you are. This is the Coliseum. You're a gladiator, and I'm a mere mortal. Who am I to judge you? You must be right.
Absolutely. You know what? I want to just jump in real quick. This is why the UFC is taking over combat sport, because they're not about that. You know what I mean? Having that undefeated record. You know, like we got fighters who got multiple losses, but people actually still see and pay to see those fights. And I mean, and with boxing though, that's like, you know, targeted sport though, where like they trying to follow that Mayweather blueprint of just trying to accumulate, as much money as they can and just trying to, protect that O. But it's all about fighting the best and making those fights happen. If you take the L, that makes you stronger. You know what I mean? It should make you stronger though. But again though, that's what it's like even like with the 135 division, why they're not fighting each other.
Fix my
You know what I'm
mic.
saying? Like, why they're not finding each other? Like, it's crazy.
Freak.
Like Tank right now, I think his last fight, by contract is with Rolly Romero. And supposedly, rumors have said that he may leave Mayweather on promotion because he feels like, I want to get those big fights. I mean, granted, like, Tank, he sells out arenas, like he's he sells out, as far as like, with pay-per-view events, but his resume sucks. It sucks. You know what I mean? Like, he ain't for nobody, and Tank is really trying to like chase that legacy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, again, though, man, that's why I say, like, boxing got to get back on that, making those big fights happen. Fight the best. Okay?
Well,
Stop trying to protect that oath.
It is boxing in whole with the organizations and stuff like that, but the boxers gotta want it too, and not all those boxers want it. You know what I'm saying? Some of them say they do, and they do something completely different. You know what I'm saying? So it's not everybody got to be on the same page, because if two boxers want to fight each other, they're going to fight each other. It don't matter what organization. If you on that side of the street, I'm on that side. That shit don't even matter. If those two guys want to fight, that fight is going to happen. But they got to want to fight.
Right. Well,
they actually got to want to fight.
Bud wanted to fight Spence from the beginning. But the politics
and Spence wanted to wait. He wanted to, I want to make him my last fight. He didn't want to do it right then and there. But if they both want to fight, it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Look at Wilder and Fury. Two different, ESPN and Showtime. Still happen. It could happen. They just gotta want to do it. They gotta want to do it.
I think for me though, it's just like, we gotta really remove these promotional companies, just like, talk about these the side of the street and just make fights happen, period. Granted with UFC, Dana definitely underpays his fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just that's evident. But there's no promotion involved in UFC. Like, Dana makes those fights happen. Right. There's no politics involved. He makes what the fans wants to see, and that's it.
See, and that's why I said I feel the biggest issue is all the organizations and all these belts. That's, to me, one of the biggest issues in boxing, because you got a guy in a WBC who's a WBC champion, who's a regular champion, who's an international champion, the franchise champion. It's too much. Yeah, the super champion. All these belts need to fucking go. All these belts need to go.
I agree.
Yo, the funny thing is, that's where Captain was talking about, where people take losses and stuff like that. I expect when Mayweather, someone's mic, I hear mad feedback. Someone's mic is too close to the speaker. I expect that a fight is supposed to lose, and I also expect Mayweather to defend his legacy. But when we talk about a bunch of belts and a bunch of things, a lot of Mayweather's records exists now because of the time period we're in now. Back in Sugar Ray Robinson's day, there was only one belt. So how is he supposed to beat the most world champions if he is the champion? Multiple belts didn't start existing to, I believe, like, first of all, my memory's shot. I think it's like the 1970s. It's 1967 or 1970s. And then within the 80s, more belts started coming around. So if Mayweather's around now, when they have 4 or 5 legitimate organizations, you're going to have 4 or 5 more champions to beat. And then out of the divisions, if you start handpicking the guys you want, It's a lot more of an easier road than fighting a bunch of prime fighters. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's not a knock against Mayweather, but we talked about Dana White. Dana White doesn't sugarcoat shit. You're the best. You're number one. Y'all get in the ring together. Oh, you had a tough fight? So what? You're the champion. You got to defend your title. He almost needs to get a little bit Vince McMahon in there. Throw him in there with a couple cupcakes. Let him reign for about 2-3 years and build up a mega fight. UFC doesn't do that at all. They go, you're champion, you're number 1, 2, or 3, get in there with him. And you don't get that super mega fight that you get in boxing. Boxing, we could hold you off. We could hold work off. We could hold Tavar off. And then y'all join together and meet up. But this is where we were talking about earlier between the 80s compared to now. It's loaded. And none of these guys are fighting each other.
Crazy, yo. It's crazy, Hawk. Like their 135 division, I mean, only Lopez and Lomachenko fought.
Right. I mean, right now we got another fight possibly happening. It should be happening with Devin Haney and Cabosa for undisputed. So hopefully those guys get into it. But you know how again Mayweather, right? And how everybody tries to copy the Mayweather and stuff like that. My guy that I like, who I feel is underrated, was Andre Ward. And Andre Ward is just, you know what I'm saying? He tried his best to get rid of that Mayweather effect. Look at Andre Ward's career. Super 6, move up in weight, fight, the boogeyman of division. Andre Ward did his best to get rid of the Mayweather effect. But it's up to these fighters to want to challenge themselves.
Yo, hold on. I want to give a little introduction. Yo, I think your nickname's the Trigger Man.
What's going on, man?
Hold on. I think it is. And I think you put down a couple people.
I put down.
You gotta let me know if I'm correct.
You say what? Say that again.
You gotta let me know if I'm correct.
Nah, I definitely think you correct, bro.
Yo, introduce yourself. Let them know where you from. Let them know what weight you fighting out of. We got the Trigger Man in the building, baby.
Yeah, definitely, man. DeMichael Harris, I fight at 130 out of Atlanta, Georgia. 5-0-1 right now. Getting ready to fight April 16th. Been on the show.
Yo, hold on. You said 5-0, but with 5 knockouts. Am I correct?
5 knockouts.
Oh, okay. Because I watched a little bit. I watched a little bit, and I saw a couple guys dropping. I just want to make sure. I had to verify if this is the Trigger Man. And I looked up on YouTube and I seen some bodies dropping. I don't want the feds to come knocking on your door or nothing, but I definitely seen the bodies dropping. So, with your fight coming up, how you doing with your weight and everything?
I'm doing pretty good with my weight. I feel like, messed up. I went out for a second. But I'm doing pretty good with my weight. I feel like I'm getting a little bit bigger for the 130 division, so I might go up to 35. Ooh. But I can still make 130. But I can just tell, probably like in a year or so, I'm going to have to move up.
So we were just talking about the 130 division. No, 135 division, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
We got a loaded division. In your opinion, I don't know if you're friends with any of these guys, but even if you are, be sure to throw them under the bus. Let them go, let them have it. Why are these guys in a loaded division not fighting each other?
I honestly feel like it's the promotions. All of these guys, under that banner, they all under different promotion, all the top guys. It's kind of hard to just make fights happen. who I look at as the best at 135, I'll probably have to say Gervonta Tank Davis, who was one of my friends at the time, who really put me on. I fought on two of his undercards, and I really feel like he's the best out. After that, I like Lomachenko. I don't even look down on him. Like, bro, he's a monster, and I felt like when he stepped it up on Teofimo, you know, he was putting in that work. He just started a little bit too late. But those two, I feel like it's gonna be crazy. Like when they fight, it's gonna be fireworks. That's the fight I would like to see.
So I was looking at a little bit of your videos, but in your opinion, your fighting style, who do you think you mimic the most?
I would say like a Tommy Hearns, Earl Spence type of fighter.
That's exactly what I was thinking when I was watching the tape.
Yeah. I mean, that's who I studied the most, man. I've been studying him since I started boxing. I started boxing pretty late.
When did you start?
I started when I was 19 or 25.
Wow.
And I just turned 25 like a week ago.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. But Tommy, man, Tommy's definitely my favorite fighter for sure.
Nah, he's up there. I think he's in the top 5. Yo, I think feedback's going off for one of y'all. Do y'all have headphones?
I mean,
What is it? Yo, Thomas Hearns definitely one of my top 5, man. Definitely. That's one of my all-time favorite fighters to go back and watch. Have you experienced anything like it? What's the worst thing you experienced as a fighter, man? Pro or amateur?
When you say that, the worst thing as in what?
I don't know. Low blows, cuts, knockouts.
I would say the worst thing I experienced so far would probably be my last fight, getting a draw, because I felt as though I didn't deserve it. One of the judges, they gave me a 5-1 decision. The other two, I mean, whatever they gave, but I felt like I should have been more focused for that fight. I kind of took the kid a little bit lightly. I mean, I knew of him. He was from Georgia, and I knew the kid could fight a little bit, you know. And I should have just won a little bit harder. I didn't fight the style that I would usually fight. But that's probably like the worst thing. Other than that, I done got my ass kicked in sparring before everybody have. I done seen the best of the best get their ass kicked.
Absolutely.
But other than that, I mean, that's probably the worst. Just not giving my all when I should have.
Yo, just to ask you, man, there's video circling around with, I believe, I don't know if it's real or not, Dillian White knocking out Tyson Fury. What's your opinion on that fight coming up?
I heard about that, but hey, look, I kind of got Tyson Fury in a fight. You know, anything can happen, like in a sparring match. Shit happens, but in the fight, you know, it could be it's a whole different game plan. You coming in there with a different mindset, and I think Tyson Fury, you know, he gonna do his thing. It may not be a stoppage, but it'll definitely be a unanimous decision for sure. Tyson Fury.
Okay. Well, I mean, I just talking about the other 135 guys. How do you feel about Haney and Kambosos?
Hey, to be honest, I think it's gonna be a good fight, but I really got Devin like destroying him for sure.
Destroying him? Oh,
yeah, like like a unanimous decision type of destroy, not a knockout, but definitely outclassing him and making him look stupid.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, obviously the biggest thing with Haney that everybody talks about is him being somewhat chinny. I mean, he never got dropped. He took a couple of good shots. But you know, they always talk about him being chinny. Do you think Kambosos could get him with a good shot?
I mean, look, it's possible. He caught Teofimo with a good shot. It's definitely possible. Again, it's boxing. Anything can happen. But when I look, you know, at the skill and the mindset, I definitely think that they're both hard workers. They both always in the gym. You really never see them out of the gym. It's gonna be a fight, but I just feel like Devin's skills is gonna take him to that next level in this fight. Like that's what it's really gonna come down to, that dog and that skill for sure.
Right.
But him being chinny, I mean, I look at George Linares like he's a pretty good puncher.
Yeah.
I mean, he's underrated as a puncher, but he can really punch.
Right.
And like, who else hurt him a little bit? I think Joseph Diaz may have caught him. Joseph Diaz, another guy who can punch a little bit. So I mean, it can happen.
Jojo also roughed him up a bit, man. And
yeah, it made it a tough fight. Try and make it a tough fight.
Definitely, man. How have you experienced anything like that in the ring where you felt like physically the guy may have been too much for you?
Nah.
You can't have a name like the Trigger Man and be getting pushed around. I was gonna say we might have to switch your nickname, Playboy.
I didn't spar with some pretty good guys. I mean, I didn't spar with Shakir. I didn't spar with Tank. Like, I never had that in my head. Like, they better than me.
Yo, I'm not sure. I'm almost 100% sure it is you, but I looked up and Tank was glowingly talking about you, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he said that he could picture you being next up.
Yeah.
Tank right now is going through a little bit of a situation where I don't know if you got any insight on it, but I think his contract's up with Mayweather Promotions, man.
I mean, listen, I know like you guys, I just read the tweets. I seen the same thing. So
yeah, man.
Hey, I think it's best for him to, do his own thing. Because I feel like they're holding him back.
Where do you want to see him go with? Because we all feel the same way. Feel like
me personally, I want to see him in big fights. I feel like this Rolly fight coming up next is so stupid, to be honest. Like, you coming from fighting a real fighter like Isaac Cruz. Isaac Cruz is a real fighter, like a real dedicated fighter. And Rolly, I look at Rolly like, honestly, like he's a clown. Like, he just like he has no skill. He throw wild punches. And, like, 2 of the fights that he fought in, I felt like he did not win. Like, it's just, I don't know. He's just a
I wanted to ask you about that because he was with Mayweather for a little bit, and I know you like you said you spar with a couple of good guys.
Yeah.
I just want to know. I guess you already told me. How did you feel about Rolly? Do you feel like Rolly just doesn't stand a chance at all?
I won't say that, bro. He definitely probably got a puncher's chance. He can definitely punch for sure. But like, I mean, come on, it's Tank. Like you're coming with skill, that dog, and the punch. It's gonna be lights out for Rolly for sure.
So I mean, another person who he kind of not exactly reminds me of, but another person who does a lot of talking, who just lost recently, was Blair Cobbs. And he talked about Ennis and everybody.
The thing about Blair Cobbs, what I thought was he was just trying to be a little bit too ahead of his time. He felt like he's something that he wasn't yet. And sometimes as a boxer, you gotta be real with yourself. Like, if I look at myself right now, I'm 5-0. And like I say, I'm at 130 right now. So I'm facing guys like Shakir, Oscar Valdez, those type of guys. I still gotta be honest. I can spar them all day. It may do good. But when them lights on, that experience and what they have, it's gonna show. So you got to take your time and grow as a fighter and don't get the big head. A lot of guys get the big head. Oh, I sparred so-and-so. I fought so-and-so. Sometimes they don't mean nothing. Sometimes you got to really take your time and just work on your craft until you're on that level to beat these type of guys.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I want to see what he does when he comes back. I look at him the same way you look at Rolly, kind of like a clown.
Yeah.
A lot of talking. And he never really showed me anything for me to feel like you're there yet. So
I just like, again, man, I just really feel like he should have just took his time. Like, he just, you want the Jerome Ennis fights, the Terrence Crawford, the Earl Spence, who don't. Like, everybody do, right? At that weight. Or any weight, you always want the best. But at the end of the day, take your time. Just like these guys. They didn't just step out there and they like, oh, well, I want to fight so-and-so, and I want to fight this person. No, they didn't do that. They took their time. They fought who they fought, whoever they promoter put in front of them. They beat them, until their time came. And when their time came, they showed out and they did what they were supposed to do.
Well,
And
I
that's
think
why they're in the position that they are now.
I think the issue with that is, and I kind of joked about it when I heard one of the commentators that he is an advanced age prospect. He's 34 years old, so maybe that's why he's trying to rush and get these fights. But yeah, I mean, it still didn't go his way. I understand he had to try and do that because he's of age. He's 34.
Yeah.
Not sure how much time.
Damn, he's 34?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, I didn't know that part. Oh,
He's
yeah.
something. I'm not sure if it's 34, but he's definitely in his 30s.
Yeah, I mean, bro, I don't blame him on that end then for going out there and calling up these names, trying to get that check and then get up out of here. But
yeah,
look like that check won't come now.
Yo, one thing I always say, man, when it comes to boxing, you have to start young to have that muscle memory. If you don't, you better be exceptional. So being that you started late, I think your exception is the fact that when you hit people, they react different. So
yeah,
I'm telling you, I'm in your corner. You gotta go 1,000.
Yeah.
And everyone that steps through them ropes gotta know that you were definitely there to put in that work, baby.
Yeah, for sure.
And with the Blair Cobbs thing, in that fight, it looked like when times got rough for him, he didn't know how to dig deep.
Kind of like the same thing with Chris Colbert a couple weeks ago.
Oh,
I felt like the same way. Like when the pressure got put on him, like he just folded. Like he ain't had no answer.
I looked at that fight and I felt like he thought he could fight this guy on the inside. He thought he could outdog him, and it wasn't going his way, but he kept doing it. And then when he seen that it wasn't happening, then he just had nothing.
Yeah.
Like he just had nothing left. He didn't know what to do after that.
Yeah.
And I understood he wanted to show that he was tough and he had a chin, and I got that. But after you see that game plan isn't working, he should have stuck to his money and outboxed him, because he probably could have outboxed him.
He definitely, bro. He's a definitely good boxer. I don't, those lights and you get the glamour so early. I guess they feel as though like I got a point to prove. Like I gotta go knock this dude out. But sometimes you better take the Floyd route, bro, and win on them points. That's the best thing to do. That's the best thing to do.
In your 5 fights, have you ever felt anything like that coming to the ring?
As in the what?
Like the moment may be overwhelming. Not that it did, because you knocked everyone out, but did it feel like it?
Nah, I never felt that. Again, I haven't fought, the top quality guys that I would like to fight yet. We are stepping it up this year. We're gonna get in there with some pretty good guys. So, I mean, listen, I put in the work in the gym every day. Like, it's never a day I miss the gym. I just know when I get in the ring, I'm well prepared. That's all I can do is just be prepared. Don't be like last time what I did and kind of look over a guy, don't train, halfway train, or whatever the case may be.
Yo, how many fights are you looking to have this year?
Probably about 5, 6 fights. We're gonna stay pretty busy this year. We definitely gonna stay pretty busy. I fight again in 2-3 weeks, so
nice.
Looking to go out here, get a W, hopefully get the knockout. I'm predicting it's gonna be probably first round, second round knockout.
All right, good. I'm about to get on FanDuel right now and make some money.
Hey, I'm telling you, man, you might want to bet the house on this one. It's gonna be bad. It's definitely gonna be bad.
We just before you got on, we had Carter on, and I asked him who was a fighter that he liked, and he mentioned one of my favorites, which is Andre Ward. I want to ask you, who is one of your favorite fighters that you like to study and you feel like you take after?
I'll tell you who I've been watching lately. Well, probably about like the past 2 years. A lot of Earl Spence, bro. Like Earl Spence is my favorite fighter.
Oh, did we lose him?
Went out for a second.
Oh, there you go.
But Earl Spence.
The connection's starting to get fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Is you still there?
So yo,
There we go.
Yo, the connection started fucking up, man.
Yeah, man.
But
it was fun.
Let me see.
It was fun.
Yeah. But yo, fellas, man.
That's what's up though, man. He boxes.
Captain Chaos. Yo, we appreciate you for stopping by, John, my brother.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, brothers.
Appreciate you coming through, Playboy.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I just want to say one thing about Tank, man. He needs to get out of Mayweather Promotions.
Oh,
he needs to get that. He needs to, man, because end of the day, like, this dude could really box, man. Like, he's nice with it. But Mayweather, the way I really assess it, he doesn't really truly believe in Tank like that. Because how you didn't put Tank on that bidding war once Kambosa got those belts? How come he was not involved in that conversation? It was just Loma and Haney.
I think that Tank should be fighting Kambosa.
Huh?
I think that Tank should be fighting Kambosa, man.
That would be a wild, entertaining fight.
Oh man, I feel like Tank could probably stop him.
Yeah, wow. What I said is that Mayweather is getting in the way of Tank's legacy. Because I feel the way I assess it is that I don't think Mayweather really truly believes in Tank like that. And I mean, Tank, again, like I said it stated earlier, like, I mean, the dude, you know, he sells out arenas, he's a big pay-per-view star, but his resume sucks.
Well, that was their goal. That was their goal, and they said it multiple times, is that they wanted to make Tank a pay-per-view star, and they done that.
Yeah. I mean,
but the fans
is it really about the legacy or is it about the money? And I feel like with Floyd, like, I think he looks at Tank like he's the money right now.
Yeah.
And eventually, when these guys get older, you know, they still have that name, but they're not going to be as good. And that's when Tank come in and get rid of those guys, and it make him look like basically like Floyd. I mean, it's the smartest way to do it. If you want to get the most money, the most fame out of all this stuff, why not take that route?
But Floyd, when he was Pretty Boy, he fought some tough fighters, though. Like Floyd, when he was Pretty Boy Floyd, he fought some tough competitors, though. Like, he earned that spot to be labeled now as Money Mayweather.
Yeah, for sure.
Like Tank, he don't have that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, his sort of career, he doesn't have that type of resume.
Well, he doesn't have that resume and names, but he makes sure he got a lot of the guys out of it.
Yeah, like he was supposed to, though.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
that's
if you look at it like a Leo Santa Cruz, like Leo Santa Cruz is a smaller guy. He moved up to a bigger weight class, got knocked out. Stuff that's supposed to happen. Like a lot of those fights,
that's just should.
It's just supposed to happen.
Right. Yeah, I mean, and sometimes I think people forget that. I had a back and forth with a guy, and he was talking about Blair Cobbs versus Ennis, and I'm like, nah, it's a huge skill gap. I don't think, you know what I'm saying, that's a close fight. No. And basically, you know, he tried to come at Ennis for how he took on Thomas Delame. And I was just like, yo, not for nothing. Yeah, Thomas wasn't the biggest competitor or whatever. He had 2 losses or whatever. But besides that, he went in there and did his job. It's not like he went in there, it was a split decision win for him.
You got him out.
He went in there and got him out.
Yeah.
So, you know, I was like, it's the same thing with Canelo sometimes. You maybe he's not fighting somebody that you want, but he get in there and get him out of there. So if he gets in there and he gets him out, you got to give him credit for that. It's not like he had a close victory with somebody who you feel like he should have destroyed. No, he destroyed him. So, you know, you do get credit for performance. Maybe it's not always the person that people want to see. Maybe it's not the timing of the fight. But if you get in there and you take care of them, you get in there and take care of them.
I think with Canelo, though, he's fighting champions, though. That's what kind of separates Canelo with his resume. He's fighting champions.
Yeah, but he fighting the right champions. Come on, you gotta be real though. Like he fighting like the weakest champ. Like it's a champion, but he the weakest one in the weight class. Like
go ahead.
I'm loving my man DeMichael here. Word up. He keeping it 1,000 right now.
Yeah.
Word up. He not holding no punches the same way he don't hold no punches in the fucking ring. He letting them shits go, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, but you gotta tell the truth though. He really is. He fights the weakest champion. Like,
well, I will say with like Benavidez, when he lost his belt, all of a sudden he went after that belt. Canelo, you know what I'm saying? So that's a fact. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? But still, though, his resume is still like you can't disregard his resume, though. You can't disregard it, though.
The only person I won't say the weakest was Caleb Plant.
Nah, I don't think it was the weakest. But he was the right champion.
He was the right one. Yeah, like you know what I'm saying? The style matchup, it was like, yeah, Canelo. He'll get him in the later rounds. It was kind of like we all knew that Caleb was gonna hold his own, you know, in box, in which he did. But we all knew like Canelo gonna catch him. See, and that's what happened. Like me and Hawk, boxing. It's business at the end of the day, though.
Me and Hawk talked about this many times, and you know, Canelo's at a crossroad where he can just really certify his legacy to being one of the best, depending on what he does. You know, you can fight Benavidez. A lot of people think Benavidez is one of the best people in that division. If you fight him and beat him, nobody's really gonna have shit to say. If you go to 175 and you fight Bivol, that's cool. But if you go to 175 and take all the belts, even though Joe Smith, whatever, he's gonna get washed. We know that. Bivol, he stands a chance, but he's probably gonna take an L too. But if you get a better Videv, nobody's gonna say anything.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna say anything.
Or Charlo. But I always felt like Canelo would beat Charlo. And I love the Charlos too. But like the style, I look at it, I'll be like, man, Canelo might knock Charlo out.
Yeah. I mean, the older Charlo, the bigger Charlo, I always say older. He's a little more diversified with his attacks. He doesn't always like, you know, the same thing as the guy at 154 where he kind of one-dimensional. Yeah. It would be a good fight, but I could see Canelo still winning.
Yo, real quick, Captain, I saw you want to make a comment on Canelo. Jump in, brother. Is your mic off? Your mic's off, Playboy. Uh-oh. We having trouble in paradise here.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I like Canelo, man. I just want to see him take on Benavidez.
You got to hit the unmute button, brother.
Nope.
There we go. What were you saying?
You hear him? I don't hear him.
Yo, I guess I can't hear him. Yo.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I think his mic's fucked up. But all right. Your work was good, man. I think we gotta wrap it up.
I'm cool with that, man.
All right, man. I want to thank everyone for jumping on. I want to give a shout out to everyone. Yo, real quick, if you can talk, let people know where to contact you. John's been on our show multiple times. You could always get him on Dinner at the Round Table at John Tavar.
Yeah.
DeMichael, the Trigger Man. Next one up. Let them know where they can follow you and let them know what you got coming up.
Definitely, man. DeMichael Triggerman Harris. We're going for 6-0, April 16th in Tennessee. A little bit outside Nashville. You can hit me up on the gram at DeMichael, DeMichael.
Yeah. Okay. Check him out. He be posting him. I don't know if that was your man or what, but you beat the shit out of someone in sparring. I was like, this dude must have took his lunch money or something.
I ain't gonna lie. I didn't knock so many guys out, bro.
We no longer friends.
It was personal.
Oh shit.
Oh man.
Yo, we appreciate you for stopping by, Playboy. We definitely gonna check out your fight. We're gonna repost this and
I applaud you though, man, for actually putting your life on the line every time though, man. Because boxing is a very dangerous sport though, man. Period.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a very dangerous sport though, man. So I applaud you what you do though.
Thank you.
Yo, not only that, you started at such a late stage. In terms of life, that's not late. You know what I'm saying? Anyone can take a risk at 19. When it comes to boxing, that's ancient, my brother. And you going out there embodying people. Yeah. So you get a fucking chin checker salute like a motherfucker out there, bro. Work the fuck up, man.
Hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate that, man.
We in your corner, bro. We want to see the fight, and we gonna repost that shit like a motherfucker, man.
Right.
Oh man, I got y'all. I'm telling y'all, it's gonna be a bad knockout. It's gonna be bad. I'm gonna tell y'all what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a body shot.
Oh shit!
Yeah, he called it.
Look, I've been sparring lately. My last 3 sparring partners, I'm 3 for 3 right now. All body shots. And these tough guys, they ain't no pushovers.
Yo, Captain, Captain, you got your mic working? You fucked up too, man. Hold on. Let me give him a shout out. Hold on, let me jump on the gram real quick so I can see his shit to give him a shout out. Damn, I think I need my glasses, man. I can't even see. It's Captain. Yeah, I'm showing my fucking age, man. Captain _ Chaos. Hit him up on the gram. Check him out too. We appreciate everyone for stopping by. We out of here, baby.
Yeah.
Sure. Much love, guys. Y'all be safe.
Take care, fellas.
Be good.
Peace.